Welcome back to another episode of the Craftavore Tastes. I'm your host, Max. And today we are digging into a pretty special beer. This is a new release from District 96 in New City, New York. That's Rockland County. This is Very Stable Genius, coming in at 7.8% ABV. This is a brand new double IPA that I think they just brewed and released a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago at most. Full disclosure, I had this beer at the brewery about a week ago or so, and I specifically had it on nitro. So they had a just kind of regular draft line and then a nitro. The beer literally blew my mind on nitro. So obviously you can't get nitro beers to go, so I ended up getting just a crowler of the regular beer itself just to take home with me. Figured I wanted to kind of do a review for it. And then I kind of had a really cool idea. Over the holidays, I got as a gift from a family member a Fizzics Wayback machine. So if you don't know what Fizzics is basically a machine that uses sound wave technology to basically agitate beers and kind of almost recreate a nitro-like pour head and mouthfeel. I never would have bought it. I knew about it obviously before I got it as a gift. I never would have bought it only simply because I didn't really kind of see all the everyday practicality to the Fizzics machine, but I certainly wasn't going to say no when I was given to it as a gift. And I have to say, over the course of the last couple months, I've used it on a couple of different beers. And it works, man. Like, it's pretty cool. I've actually used it a little bit more than I thought I would. So, while I don't think it kind of has everyday practicality, it is kind of a cool little thing to kind of have in your home bar, just to, you know, if you ever want to kind of replicate nitro beers and do something fun. So, anyway, what I figured I would do is I wanted to review the regular, just obviously, you know, straight kind of draft version of Very Stable Genius. And then I thought, why don't I use my Fizzics machine to try to replicate the nitro version of this beer that I had at the brewery. All right, and put it on camera. So that's, of course, of today's review. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into Very Stable Genius from, again, District 96 out of New City, New York. In my opinion, top 3 under the radar breweries in New York State for the past year or so, doing amazing things. So let's go ahead. I actually already poured out Very Stable Genius into a hashtag proper District 96 wine glass. Man, this glass is super, super cool. So let's take a look at the appearance. Obviously, we'll get the aroma, taste, and then we'll rate it. All right. So appearance of the beer comes in typical New England style. Absolutely gorgeous. You know, kind of, you know, medium to medium light gold color. I obviously have it up here in the light a little bit, so it's probably getting a little bit lighter on camera. But, you know, a mixture between that, if you see it kind of just straight up, it is a kind of medium to medium light gold color with even kind of notes of just a little bit of kind of straw yellow going on there. Looks amazing and awesome. I just poured this, so had kind of dissipated relatively quickly. But if I just kind of move it around a little bit, we'll see you get a little bit. Yeah, you know, maybe quarter fingers of head dissipating bubbles. Looks really awesome. Let's go ahead and stick our nose into it and get ourselves an aroma. Ah, mango, mango, mango. That beer smells awesome. So first blast is of mango. Huge kind of pineapple notes. Papaya, all those kind of traditional, massive, explosive, tropical fruits notes that you get out of New England style IPAs. I mean, this thing is exploding from the glass. Yeah, again, but extremely kind of mango heavy, a little bit of kind of pineapple in the background. Smells freaking amazing. Let's dive in, get ourselves a taste. Cheers. Oh my God. Oh, I'm telling you, top 3 underrated, under the radar breweries in New York State. District 96. No fucking joke. Legit. That is a freaking legit double IPA, man. Massive blast of kind of mango, pineapple juice straight up out of the gate. Soft as hell mouthfeel, like unbelievably soft. One more sip, hold on. little to no lingering bitterness. That mouthfeel is so soft, and it also has, you get a little bit of kind of malts in there, right? But the malts are actually there and providing a little bit of kind of back end sweetness that tells you it's a double. But man, it works so freaking well, because a lot of times in a lot of New England style IPAs that I've been having recently is, obviously there's not a lot of attention given to kind of the malt bill. Some are kind of like, obviously, really, really dialed back in terms of what that malt bills, and obviously has meant really more to obviously showcase, the hops itself. This is one of those New England style IPAs that explodes out of the glass in both aroma and taste with those traditional huge, massive tropical fruit flavors. But the recipe is done so well that the malt bill, you taste the sweet malts, crackery, somewhat light and bready, and man, it balances that beer out freaking perfectly. That is awesome. Easily the best beer that I've had from District 96. And that's saying a lot, because I've actually had a lot of great beers. But this is probably the best I've ever had from them. Incredible. So let's go ahead and give this thing a rating. No joke, 5 caps, dude. Abso-freaking-lutely. Hunets, 5 caps, 100 out of 100, whatever the hell you want to call it. This is straight up a 5 cap beer for me, man. This literally is probably one of the best beers I've had in maybe the last year. So freaking 5 caps from the Craftavore Tastes. So now what I want to do before we end this review, I want to pull out a secondary glass. I'm actually going to pull a pour out of this from the Fizzics machine, and let's see how close I can actually get it to that nitro beer that I had at the brewery about a week and a half ago. All right, so obviously, if you know, with the actual Fizzics machine itself, what you're simply going to do is just push forward to kind of get that beer out. Once you've kind of, gotten enough that you want on it, all you're simply going to do is then just pull back like that, and boom, the Fizzics is going to kind of kick out that like nitro kind of head, which is super cool. All right. Give this a minute there to kind of cool down, but like, here, check this out. Like, you can kind of see like all these like really kind of super kind of really tiny small kind of bubbles. It's got that like nitro look and feel. Like, the machine's kind of crazy, man. Like, so if you're ever thinking about getting one of these things, like I said, like there's really not a whole lot of practicality to it. But I've actually used it a lot more than I thought. But it is cool. Like, you can check this out. Like, watch those bubbles. Just kind of, can you see? Those bubbles that are just kind of permeating right through, just like a nitro pour. So, all right, let's go ahead and there, maybe get a little bit of aroma off this guy. Yeah, I mean, unbelievable, unbelievable. I'm going to go ahead, cheers, get a taste on this, see what that Fizzics machine kind of did. Oh my God. It replicates it really, really close, which is kind of nuts. Wow. So what that nitro kind of, or that nitro-like, right? It's not nitro. I can't say that it is, but what that kind of nitro-like effect from the Fizzics machine does, and it's very similar to the way I had it at the brewery a week and a half ago when it was true nitro. It makes this beer into like a creamsicle, like a mango sorbet like creamsicle. It's unfreaking believable. So this beer, if this is a straight up 5 cap beer, like I said, just regular draft, can you rate higher than a 5 for the nitro version? I mean, unbelievable. So if you live near District 96, I think they probably still have it on. It hasn't been out that long. I mean, week and a half, 2 weeks at best. Get yourself over to the brewery. Get yourself some very stable genius. 5 caps from the Craftavore Taste, man. Unreal. Hope you can join me for another episode where I drink, I review, I rate, and then I repeat. See you soon. Cheers.